Oh man, the squirrels got to the fairy circle before I could record it. Oh, yeah, they did. So there was a fairy circle. You can see the mushrooms all over the yard that appeared here the day after we started the tag. And I don't know if I should be sad or happy, but I'd hoped to capture it. But there are a lot still growing around the trees with the fairy doors. So this is the tree with the first fairy door. Yeah, they're all around the trees. I put the fairy doors in. Wow. And this moss. So we did have a little bit here prior, but it spread all out. It seems like overnight. And I just feel like energetically like it's Fey energy. So, fairy experience. Yesterday, I know I fell asleep with my glasses next to me beside the bed. And usually I'll put them on my tarot shelf. And I swear they were missing for like hours yesterday. And I'm getting upset and frustrated. And both Luke and I looked everywhere, including my tarot shelf, under the bed, tore the room apart. I couldn't find them. So finally, I was like, okay, look, please, Faye, if you took them, will you return them? And I shit you guys not, they reappeared on my tarot shelf. Not like in front of me, but I went back to my tarot shelf and they were there. And even Luke was a little baffled because he's like, I looked there like several times. I was like, I know. But anyway, I wanted to just come on, do a quick little update in my fairy journey and show you guys too these books. So I'll give you guys a quick little peek. See, so some good books too I've read already about like the Fae. You have the She. Was his name Jonathan or anyway, Rachele at Amethyst Ascension and turned me on to that book a few years ago. And I got the deck afterward, and you would not regret that. Also, the Elven Heart by, crap. I'm going to put them up here right now in case you want to read them because I thought they were excellent. One is like Scandinavian lore and like talking about almost like the She in Scandinavia and this person's experiences with them there. And the other one's more of his archaeological experiences in the mounds in the Celtic regions. And these, so this one, I think I briefly showed you guys a little bit. But this one is so beautifully decorated. I do really love these books. This has all different kinds of names and like kind of like categorizing some of them, not a whole lot. And it names some of like the powers that the Fae have. Some offerings for friendships. And a lot of really neat stuff like that. My son actually got me this one last night. I'm so proud of him. He, to celebrate his new job, he took us all out to dinner. And I thought it was so sweet of him. He was so kind and generous. And then we took him by the comic book store and he got me this book. But this goes Yeah, even in the burning times, about fairies and witches and different kinds, fairies of fate, which I didn't realize that the name fairy comes from the word in Latin ferrum, and it means fate. So that's interesting. Yes, this completely has all kinds of information in it. And I really do like it so far. It does kind of rely heavily on like some Wicca practice, but that's okay. I think you could utilize the information in any practice. So, yeah. This one's more of like a fairy poetry book, which is really cool. It's beautiful. I love the art in it. I love the poems in it. Well, that glare. But, yeah, so I'm doing some deep, intense research right now, and really, really trying to utilize this tag to heavily start my Fae journey, working with them. Something interesting in this book that I found, though, is that in history it's been told that a lot of witches and Fae go hand in hand, and that when you work with Fae, they will teach you certain elements of magic. And I'm interested in that. So I am hoping, once I gather all my researches and whatnot, so I know which type of Fae to reach out to for this, I'm hoping to do a path working with some and see if they would work with me to learn some things. I want to build them an altar. I have been leaving them some honey outside, and I was kind of upset because all the leaves in my fairy garden, they come by and service the lawn and blew all these leaves into my fairy garden. So I'm going to have to go back out there and make it pretty again. And really, really hope that they didn't piss anyone off. So anyway, I did have a fairy circle growing literally the day after I had watched Summer's video and that I had done mine, and kind of did a little meditation with the star and the she symbol to try to just connect with them. And it looks like the squirrels got to it this morning before I could record it, but I got what I could. And then all the trees where my fairy doors are and the little holes at the bottom, there are mushrooms growing around them, so I'm going to take it as a sign. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see where this leads me, where it takes me, and where it takes you guys. Anyway, this was just a small little quick update, and I'll see you guys later. I am kind of just relaxing a bit. That's why I'm not on much or seen much. After last month, I think I just need a bit time to recuperate a little, and I'm sending you guys so much love.